Hello, myself Nihar. Today we are going to discuss how to connect SQL with Python. First, we should import CX Oracle. This imports the CX Oracle module, which is a Python extension module that enables access to Oracle database. Import Tinker as TK. This line imports the Tinker module, providing an easy way to reference Tinker class and functions. Define executive query. This line defines the function named executive query that will be responsible for executing SQL queries. Query is equal to query entry get. This line retrieves the SQL query entered by the user from the query entry widget. If query.endswitch, this line retrieves the SQL query entering by user from the query entry widget. This line removes the trailing semicolon from the query if present. First, now we should enter the username and password of the SQL. Now we should use this try statement to establish the connection in the SQL. After that, we should execute the query. Now we should create the if-else statements for the create table, drop table, and alter table. Now we should check for the select statement. The select statement is used to show the table contents. First, it fetches the column names. Next, it fetches all the results. Now, we should create another window for displaying the results. To display the results, first it displays the columns and next the data. Next, we should use an else statement and we should use if statement for insertion, update, and deletion. If these three are entered correctly, we get a success pop-up, or else we'll get there is an error. Now finally, after the whole process, the connection is closed. Now the function to check login credentials. Here we should get the input of the username and password. If the username and the password entered are correct, then it shows success login successful. Or else, if there is any error, it will show invalid username or password. Now we should create a function for the SQL query interface. Now first create an input area for SQL query. Here we should enter the SQL query to get the output. Now create the main window where we should log in. Means we should enter our username and password. Now just run the code. We'll get a pop-up like this. Now we should enter our username and password. If we enter wrong password, it shows pop-up as invalid username or password. If we enter the correct password, it gets logged in and it shows login successful. Now SQL query interface. We should enter an SQL query to execute it. Now suppose let us build a library. First we should create table authors with primary key author and first name, author last name, and author date of birth, author age. Now the table is created. Next, we should create the genres. In this, the genre ID is the primary key and the genre type. The table has been created. Next, we should create publisher's table in which publisher ID is the primary key, and we should have another input as publisher name. Now we should create the books table with foreign key constraints. Now let us create it. After execution, the table has been created. Next, we should create member table in which the member ID is the primary key, and we should have another variable as member name. The member table has been created. Now we should create another table which is known as borrow history table, in which we have the return date. The table has been created. Now we should enter the input variables. Should take the inputs for the authors. Now we are going to insert values into the table author. One row has been created. Other row has been inserted.
Now we need to display the user account itself on the page. So if the user enters a create table column, and if the
Other row
table
has
is
been
successful,
inserted. Now let us check the authors table.
success, and for the search will be able to understand. If it is a drop table column, then will be the student table is dropped. If the table is altered, then will be display table.
This is the table for authors. Now let us input another variables for journals.
The user input for wants to get some data, will be using select. For this select command, they need a defined output in the SQL. We need to set the SQL.
Those has been created in journal table.
So if we use a columns variable, which switches small bar column with headers
Now let us input
interpose variable.
two more
All data with the page.
data.
Will be opening a new window name query result available in the display of the fetching headers and the fetching table. Using a for loop
Now another row has been created.
displaying the headers in a row with the help of this for loop. Next we will be displaying the data with the help of this method for loop.
Now let us see the journals table.
After displaying this, if the user did not enter select command, we enter select commands like location commands like insert, update, repeat. They have entered the user has entered.
This is the table for journals.
Display one rows name.
Now
If there is a get command,
let us enter the publisher details into the publisher table.
display the n rows of data listing. If we are deleting some data from the table, we display n rows for each other. And then if there is a different type of excluding all these fields, then we will be very next, if the user is creating has this type of insert, update, or edit button, we need to commit.
Now let us observe the publisher table.
Next, if we get an error, excluding the field, then we will be displayed with the help of this line. Including the theory and E is the error which we get in the SQL. Finally, If that
This
then
is the publisher table.
we closing next file function is those that
This
then
is the publisher table.
we closing next file function is those local host to receive.
Now let us create another table.
Now we need to enter the credentials to
Let us create books table. Insert values into books table.
creating authors table.
The values has been inserted.
Creating edits table. Creating a numbers table.
Values has been inserted.
The numbers table of six table. Creating the symbols table.
Now let us observe the books table.
Yes, what we can create.
This is the table for books. This is the queried result. Now let us create the table members with member ID and member name. Okay. Now let us observe the members table. This is the members table and this is the query result. Let us insert values into the borrow history table. The values have been inserted into the borrow history table. Similarly, we should insert the here following value. The values has been inserted into the borrow history table. This is the borrow history table. which have values borrow ID, member ID, bit ID, outdate, and duration. Now let us execute some SQL queries. Retrieve the names of all the authors. We should find the author's first name and last name from the author's table.
So it's setting the data.
This is the query result.
First, setting the values into the table.
Now we should find the titles and descriptions of all the books.
Start the table.
This is the query output for the book ID and description. Now we should list all the names of the publishers. Let us show the genotype of all the books. This is the output. Retrieve the names of all library members. These are the member names. Now get the details of books borrowed by members. These are the details borrowed by the members. Now find the total number of books borrowed. Total number of borrowed books at the retrieve the average age of authors. This is all about connecting SQL with Python. Thank you.